Hello, nó nói là mình chỉ là ngũ chi lúc cổ đi tu, nó thiền là ngũ chính. Bố thì cũng sẽ năng con nhà bênตัว support ตัวเชิงว่าseminar ช่วงเรียนตัวไทยแล้วอีกคนลานหลวงตัวชาติเกย์เทรนคริสต์เทรนมาอีกพอผู้จะหลวงเทรนเกล้าเกลหลวงย้อนตัวรุ่นเจเต้นหัดจะยกขึ้นยังเลยจะต้องเดี๋ยวจะหลวงมาเริ่มมั่วจุยยินตองอยากจะยังเลยน้องแหละคือตัวโป้ต่อใจตุ่มเชิงว่าตัวไทยเช่นหรือบ้านเทมนั่นรู้ตรงซานฟรานซิสโกที่อเมริกาจะเลยพูดตัวลงกันนี้เดี๋ยวนี้เรื่องตัวตัวของซาโป้ซาเกิดที่ซาโกแล้วลูกหลานลูกซาเทรดคริสต์นั่นเองเนี่ยเมสเซจตัวเดียวช่องมองดูคือเนาะเดี๋ยวเนี่ยป้าตรงนี้จ้องนั่นตัวคือตัวเนี่ยตัวเจี๊ยแต่ตัวมันต้องมองชี้ตัวเจี๊ย就要明看米的呢，现在一种就是讲风什么，是的，人家说呢，不要叫北姆塞了江菜或拉或路，然后啥我回头出来呢，OK，不叫你们塞到嘅。来，一种就是讲梦呢，那塞可能要江菜路或路拉路，啥回头出来，估计包的了拉路，家就叫你们知了呢。nên từ nhia dia sa bao giờ cái là cái lúa cho anh sản đi cho một bằng sự kiên cố đi là ô cho nó tới America lấy cho là lúa sẽ lấy cho một bằng sự mua rửa mua cho nên họ sa bao giờ sa cỡ cho tiếp sản cho lúc khắp đi ý khó chẳng tiếng đâu phải cho lúa là cái sẽ cho bao nhiêu tiền là cái so I'm so proud that you do awesome work so tell me about yourself and what kind of business you're doing great okay go for it Louder, please.
I've been in this industry, in this platform for about 2 years now, and it's changed my life. Ever since I joined, I've traveled to different countries that I never
Can you talk louder?
That I would never thought I've been to. And I've met so many successful, high-value people, 6-7-figure earners, where I can go, I can learn from them, so I can also be a 6-7-figure earner like them as well. And we have an amazing community, education, as well as trading. And here's an educator for her to speak on that as well.
Hi you guys, my name is Arabella Angeles. I'm one of the educators on the platform called AkashX. What we do here is we trade, we invest, and we of course do product sales, and we also do network marketing. We're here in a community filled with hundreds and thousands of people creating a passive income, creating an extra income, and also replacing their 9-to-5 job income. I've helped 500 plus people create a success story for them. I have 18,000 students under me who I also call trade alerts for, and who I also teach how to trade. I'm really excited for you to hear more about this opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you, Stace.
Hello everyone. Well, my name is Stacy Tao, and being in this industry has been such an amazing experience. Like, I was able to quit my 9-to-5 job. I do this full time now, and I'm a single mom of 2, and I just want to tell all the moms out there, like, if you are a mom who's struggling, right? This is a start for you as well too, because I was able to quit 2 of my 9-to-5, and here I am, working in this industry. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much, Greg. I hope that a lot of people watching and they will be part of the company. Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Excited to see you. $33,000 can get you what? A car. A car, right? So we never be talking. Let's have Miss Arabella Angeles.
the services, but let's actually get technical, right? I want to give and share a little bit of my knowledge with you guys here today when it comes to analyzing. And so first, before we get into that, I would love to see UUSD, which is gold. This is going to be a commodity. Commodities are, I would say, medium, high-ish risk, depending on the time of day that you guys are trading in the market, okay? So there are a total of 4 different sessions throughout the entire day. I'm gonna teach you guys what the word volume means. Volume in the market is going to be how fast the market's moving, how much demand, how much supply is inside of the market, and through the times where there is high volume, high volatility, those are the times that I love to trade the most because I'm a scalp trader. So me being a scalp trader, I am in and out of the markets very quickly. We get into trades, but they don't last longer than an hour. They don't last longer than 2 hours. There are different types of traders in this space, okay? You learn who I am, right, a scalp trader. There's also someone called a day trader, where they hold trades throughout the day. We have a swing trader, and with a swing trader, they hold the trades for days, weeks, sometimes even months, you guys. And of course, knowing myself, okay, I am someone who has zero patience at all. When I'm looking at the chart, I'm like, I want to make money right now. And that's why I became a scalp trader. And the beauty of being a scalp trader is not only can I make money on my own, but I can actually help you guys make money by just simply calling it for you. There's 2 types of traders that join this industry. One, a product-based trader. People who simply don't even want to learn how to read and analyze the chart, right? Because even looking at the chart here, you guys, what do you see? You see a lot of numbers, you see a lot of lines, you see things going up, down, and you're probably like, what does this even mean? 3 years ago, I was in these same exact shoes as you. I started this journey as someone who had zero experience. I joined this actually through wanting to do the social media side of things. I didn't even want to touch the charts at one point, but I gave it a shot, right? Even though it looked so confusing, I was like, okay, I'm determined. I'm gonna learn how to do this. At first, you guys, I absolutely sucked. I had no idea. I watched so many different videos on the academy. I jumped on live sessions where educators teach you live, and I still didn't understand anything. I didn't understand the terminology. I didn't understand how it worked, how it moved, why it was moving the way it was moving. But let me tell you guys this, the word repetition. Repetition is key when it comes to learning how to analyze the market. Because even if you start and you absolutely suck at it, you might get better when you try again. Then you might get better. Then you might get good. Then you might get great. And it all comes down to you practicing that repetition of all of it, right? What we do, you guys, literally, I trade at 5 a.m. in the morning every single day, and I can make someone's weekly or bi-weekly paycheck by just laying down on my bed, taking and calling a few trades, and also sharing it with the community with you guys. So number one, before we start talking about technical analysis and what all of this confusing stuff might mean, I do want to share my win rate with you guys really quickly here. And this is the trades that I actually call for you guys. So we have, of course, like Xavier presented earlier, we have trade alerts. I'm someone who actually sends the trade alerts to the platform with you guys. And like we also mentioned, there's losses in the market, there are wins in the market. There's 2 ways the market can go. The market can either go up or the market can either go down, right? And there's a 50% chance on you being accurate. And I want to just share my win rate with you guys, some of the results that I have, because of course, people think about this as, oh, I'm too scared to lose money. But with the proper leverage, you leveraging a platform, you literally just using the trades I send to you guys, we can make those losses become a lot less and those wins actually become a lot more. So like, there's so many ups and downs when it comes to the charts. The market's either always going up or it's going down, or it does this thing where it goes up and down, staying in the same place. That is called consolidation. That is indecisiveness in the market. The moves that we want to catch is these here, these really long volume inside of the market. So every single time that we have something that's called a break of structure, this here is what it's gonna look like. Give me just one moment to write this for you. Okay. So every single time we have a break of structure, that's a continuing So of course, there are things in the market in order for it to create structures, which are lower lows, lower highs, and higher lows. And every single time we have that, in this uptrend, we start off with our lower low. That lower low then creates a higher high. From that higher high, we have a higher low, which is these points here. Then the trend continues, so we have another higher high, but then we need to create our higher low. Then we need to create another higher high, and of course then the trend here does continue, right? But in between these trends, we have something that is called a break of structure. We have another break of structure within this trend here, because the trend is continuing. And then of course we have one more up here as well. And with this break of structure, how it works is there is levels inside of the market. What I like to call them is market structure. So every single time a market structure breaks, when the candles surpass market structure, that's when the break of structure then happens. And this is usually where the higher high has a point. This is the point in the market, right? In order for the market to go higher, we need to break this. So every single time the candles have its higher high, in order for us to break that structure, the candles need to surpass it, creating that break of structure, knowing that yes, we are going to continue the trend. So you guys can either ride the trend. The trend is going to be your friend. So you can ride the trend, whether it's a buy or whether it's a sell. Then, of course, we have something that's called change of character. That's going to show us the reversal inside of the market. The trend's not going to continue forever. The market has to come down. When market goes up, the market also has to come down. So
Consistent positioning, sizing, and discipline. So let's say for a smaller account, it's $1,000, right? So if you are risking 1%, okay, so let's do the math here, you guys. So 1,000 times 0.01, it's $10 max loss per trade, you guys. 0.01, it's actually 10 cents. Okay, it's yeah. And then if stop loss is 20 pips, and each pip can be worth 0.50. That's a lot of money right there. And then of course for a larger account, we're talking 10,000, right? So let's say if you are risking 2% of it, so 10,000 times 0.02, 0.02, that's actually 20 cents for you guys. So that will equal to 200 max loss per trade. So if stop loss equals 50 pips, each pip is $4 per pip. You always want to make sure you guys have these risk management and avoid these. So of course, number one is you always want to make sure you risk 1 to 2% of capital per trade, right? This way, even when you're losing a few trades, you won't wipe out your whole account, because you guys, who's all been there, like wipe out your whole account before? Yeah. Because I know I think I blew more than like probably 8 to 10 accounts. But yes, and also number 2 is of course use stop loss, SL stop loss orders, and proper position sizing to control potential losses. Okay, so always make sure you guys have a stop loss, because I know some of you guys don't even trade without a stop loss, right? Always. Okay, so number 1 is controlling your emotions. Okay, when you guys get into a trade, right, you guys want to avoid revenge trading. I used to do that as well. Okay. But yes, please avoid revenge trading, because I've done that and I've lost so many times. So when you get to the market, you want to make sure you're excited, right? You don't want to go in the market being sad, or you don't want to go in the market with whatever you're feeling if your boyfriend broke up with you, or you're just having a bad day. Don't trade, okay? You can always wait the next day. And then of course, number 2, focus on the long terms, okay? So think of trading like a marathon, not a sprint, okay? So for me, trading is kind of like a car on the long road, okay? So if you drive too fast, if you drive too fast, right? Like, I'm just gonna put this as an example, okay? You'll overheat your car, right? You get too stressed. But if you stay calm, you'll make better choices. Okay? My top number three is accepting losing trades. Okay, so even the best setups fail, right? You guys in trading, like Armana said, we will always lose. It's never gonna be a perfect win. It's never gonna be 100% win, right? If that was the case, everybody would be trading, right? And number four is, of course, staying consistent, sticking to a consistent daily routine, okay? So you always want to make sure you either prep your journal, right? Stay consistent. If you guys, who gyms here? Cause I go to the gym too. If you guys can stay consistent to the gym, you guys can stay consistent in your training. Okay, so let's talk about the risk management terms, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are like, what is the loss like? What are you gonna pick? What are you gonna reward ratio? So I'm gonna kind of break it down for you guys. So of course, a lot size for standard of the units in the trade. So for example, EURUSD, does anybody know that currency pair? Euro. So a standard lot size trade means you're trading 100,000 worth of euros against dollars. That's a lot of money right there. And then let's go to pips. Okay, so pips means points and percentage. It is the smallest price move a currency pair can make. So for example, let's say euro, right? It can move from 1.100 to 1.00.5. That's 5 pip increase. Okay, so pips, well, when I was a beginner, I call it points. Okay, but it's, pips means that. And also risk to reward ratio. So that shows how much money you might lose compared to how much you can gain in a trade. So let's say if you risk $50 to make $100.50, your ratio is 1.3.
Like I said, loving girl flew out here. Super happy you guys came. I'm so grateful and happy that I was able to be your guys' host today and present all of these amazing speakers. If you're just so hungry to start, to run for it, I can't wait to see you a part of the team inside the community chats. And if that is you, please connect with the person that had invited you here. If you are maybe unsure, then you can talk to me, myself, Arabella, any of the speakers that were on here. If you have questions, please don't be shy at all to come and talk to us. We would be happy and pleased to answer those questions for you, get to know you. But with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing weekend. That is it, you guys. Wrap up. Right? It really is also new, especially to a beginner. And a lot of people, even myself at first, really thought it was skill sets that can take you like to the top. That is the one that can make you $60,000 like Ms. Arabella over there. But the thing is that I've realized being inside of here and have seen from so many other people in spaces, it's not really skill sets at all. I've seen and I've watched people come in and, have the most perfect skill sets. They know how to execute every trade, right? And then, boom, they think they're the trader of the year and they stop growing, right? Now, it's always so important to be a student first, right? So that never happens. You're on this continuous wave of growth, And so, what it really is mindset, right? It's 80% mindset when it comes to trading. And that skill set part is that other 20% 20%, right? And so the next speaker that I want to come on here and tell you guys and actually explain to you guys a game plan on how to execute that, how to go about that, and because I know that it's so confusing, it can be frustrating. And so she's going to be giving you guys, a game plan on exactly how you're able to kind of navigate that, right? And this speaker, you've seen, yes, you've heard a little bit about her story, and I'm sure you've heard how powerful it really is. And so I'm so happy for her to kind of come on here and explain more of that to you guys. It is actually kind of perfect that it's in the creative mindset, right? Because she is the most powerful woman I have ever met in my entire life. Like, hands down, you guys, seriously. She's a mom, but she isn't just any mom. I honestly look at her like this super mom, a mom who's hungry, a mom who is just so desperately hungry for success. I mean, like one who thinks about it every single day, who gets up, thinks about it, eats, thinks about it, goes to sleep, thinks about it, right? Nearly as these people has defined me. And I think that's one of the most important things out of anything, because it's really the support, because it's all in here, right? I feel like the human brain and in your mind, it's so powerful. If someone literally tells you again and again and again, you cannot do it, when it's going to happen, you probably can't do it. But when you surround yourself with a village where they support you every single day and actually encourages you and pushes you so far outside of your limit where you think you could have never gone or done, that's the kind of village that you need if you want to make it to the top. Because we want to make it to the top, right? And so, Jerry, I really want to ask you, how did the community impact your trading journey?
It impacted not just my trading, but my mindset. I started thinking different, I started acting different, started seeing the bigger picture. Like this just proves to show that anything is possible when you guys put into the right environment. Like before I ever got into this company, I was trying to do it all by myself, leveraging YouTube University, late nights, charts out, just trying to figure it out all on my own. And for a while, I thought that's what success looked like. Having those late nights, always being on the charts, always trying to do everything on your own. But to tell you guys the truth, I was stuck for a while. Felt like I was moving, but not really progressing. I had the drive, but I didn't have a direction that I could go in. So it felt like I was just going in circles. And then I got introduced to Akashics, and that's when everything changed. When you're used to doing something alone, you really believe that you have no one else that you can depend on other than yourself. And once I got plugged into this environment, there was just so much support, so much people that can relate to the emotions, the hard times, the losses, the wins, just people that you can relate to. And that was a really big thing for me, because it felt like I was in this journey by myself, that no one really understood what I was trying to